Alright, so this episode 2, using viewer setups. If you have any setups, any weapon, I don't care how good, how bad, drop a comment and we'll make it into a video. But the setup will be right here that we're going to be using for the video. And we'll drop the person's name in the comments. Shout out to you for this setup video. And yeah, we'll give it a try. Personally, I love the PP2K. It's favorite weapon, so I'm honestly really happy that I got a PP2K for the setup video, but the one complaint that I will say about, sorry, not a complaint, because like it's not a complaint, but the one thing I'll say about it already that I don't really understand is the coyote. I mean, I don't mind a red dot, but I personally love the PP2K irons, and I always just feel like that's kind of a wasted attachment slot. That's my only confusion about it, but other than that, this ammo type is really, really good at close range. I actually was experimenting with it yesterday, before the video, before I even got the setup. And I'm not sure if it's better to use this ammo type or the default, like my other setup video, because this ammo type, it's the SAP, is insane at close range. We're going to try and find out here this video how effective it is at mid to long range, because I don't really know, but I think that the default is like if you use the default, like my other setup that I posted, it's insane at mid to long range. Like insane, like one of the best in my opinion that in the entire game. Almost got a quad feed on that if we would have got that last guy, a little unfortunate. Yeah, but that's my only concern that I have about this. I'm not totally sure though, like I said, because yeah, my frames are so low today for some reason. I don't know what's going on about that. You see on the side it says I'm getting 108 right now, but it says 99%, 75 frames. I haven't even been able to super jump lately because my frames haven't been over 100. Which is very strange for me because usually I've usually capped it at around 140 and I typically would get 140. But today and yesterday, for some reason on this game, I've only been getting around like 100 if that. Yeah, see that long range capability, that's where this setup will lack. Or not this setup, this ammo, the SAP rounds. And I don't know, was that a quad feed? I honestly wasn't looking. But that's the only problem that I've had with this. I mean, if you use the SAP on smaller maps, like you'll be fine. But that's kind of the thing about my other setup. My other setup gives you that mid-range and long-range capability, almost like a sniper. Like, it's insane at long range. But the thing is that if somebody's using this SAP at close range with the same weapon, and you're using the default ammo, as long as they can aim, like, you're gonna lose every time, because the SAP is insane at close range. Oh no. Bro, I just had an itch on my face. My nose itched. I took my hand off to itch my nose real quick. And that's the one death we got, was when I got pushed because of my nose. Itched. So unlucky, man. Okay. Death number 2. See, like, I always find that whenever I go crazy like that with my KD, I can go like 30-0 and then like not have a problem doing that. But then once I get that first death, I just keep dying a bunch after that, like that. Like, the whole squad was there, what could I have done? Like, but up until that point though, we didn't die once. But yeah, so basically, long story, TLDR, if you want close range, use the SAP rounds. But understand that you're gonna be sacrificing mid to long, probably just long range. Like, you saw that we got a couple people at long range this game. But, I knew I saw somebody there. But like I said, my other setup is perfect for just every single scenario, whereas this is just good for like close range. Like look at that recoil with it as well. Like these rounds just give you a lot of recoil, or a decent recoil compared to my other setup. Maybe it's just because like there's no grip or something too. Oh, quad feed please. Oh, we got the quad, right? I think we did. Okay. But yeah, the PP2K is just insane overall, regardless of what you use, so doesn't really matter. To an extent. But yeah. I might just use the SAP rounds myself on my setup, my other setup personally. Just because they are really good. I went against somebody, that's what I was saying earlier, I went against somebody yesterday that was using the SAP rounds. Unlucky. And I just got destroyed because it was a close range map. So like, because the fire rate I think goes up by like 200 with the SAP rounds. But the damage is a lot lower, or decently lowered. Let me just take a quick look for the sake of the video. So I usually use this. So yeah, you go from 850 to 600, whatever that was. I actually didn't look. So yeah, that's like a massive difference at close range. I was like, I know this guy's gonna push me. Like, it's so like, it's such a dumb play. Like, you have 10 HP, why would you push me again? Oh man, so unlucky. Anyways, so yeah, that's my opinion. Like, so if you want all versatile setup, use my other one, but if you want to just be a close range destroyer, use this. Both of them are viable options. Like I said earlier, I thought about like if I play what's the map? Maybe even like the new cargo, the scrapyard map. You know, just swap into the SAP just for like that game and then going back, because that's also an option. You know. But the SAP PP2K is crazy at close range. What? Sure, man, sure. See if I can super jump. Like, your frames have to be over... Oh, come on, man. Get wrecked, anyway. Your frames have to be over, like, 100. Was that a super jump? I really don't know. That was more of a jump. But it's not a crazy jump, but... that was definitely, like, a super jump. My frames, I haven't noticed any frame drops like that, but in the beginning of the VOD, for some reason I was lagging, or losing frames quite a bit. 4KD with this setup, so far so good, boys, if I do say so myself. But again, the PP2K is just really good, that's why I like it. It's not overpowered, it's not broken. Like, personally, I think if you want a really close range weapon, I still think even with this setup here, which this setup is very good for close range, because like I said, these rounds go crazy. My opinion, I still think the MP7 is the best SMG in the entire game by far. So, you know, take that as you will. I don't think any weapon in this game is what I would classify as broken. You know, I really don't. They tend to balance them really well, because the MP7, you're not really going to get any long range capabilities. I mean, you can with the right setup, but if I, for example, use my PP2K against any MP7 setup with my default PP2K setup without the SAP rounds, I would almost guarantee you I would win every single time. So it's like, everything is fairly balanced for what they can do. See, like if I had my other setup, I would not even hesitate to peek that and push these, go for this. But you can see how many hits I already did on this guy, and he's still not gone down. So with the SAP rounds, I'm not confident at all, like that I would win that fight there. But if I had my other one, and if you've seen my other videos on my other setup, or my personal setup that I created, like, that guy would have been destroyed. So, I mean, like I said, it's just all about your play style. But, I will say this right now, this is a good setup, you know. Like I said, I don't really understand the point of the dot, because I love the irons myself, but you can never go wrong with the red dot by any means, you know. But like, for example, you could throw on, because this setup lacks at range, you could take off the red dot, have the nice irons, but also be then using a monolithic suppressor, or I'm not totally sure what else that this thing has, but you know what I mean? So you could take this off, maybe even something like this, right? I use this a lot, and then you see how much more damage range that gives you. Even something like this, because this seems to have a decent amount of camera shake. Oh, okay, so the flash hide, okay, yeah, so you can't do that, but you could put on the tactical. I use that one on my regular setup, but I'm gonna try this really quick. What's the time? Oh, no, we have to end the video for the time right there. What's the final score really quick? 168 to 166, we're up, and we have a 4.2 KD. So yeah, overall, like I said, this setup's pretty darn good. You can't really go wrong with the PP2K. You know, you really can't. So, but anyways, if you want to try it out, give it a go. You know, that's this viewer setup video, and we're gonna have to stop the video there. We are at a 4.36.